Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level Civics and Citizenship lesson, and today we're going to be talking about the rule of law. So laws, what is a law and why do we have laws? So just think about those questions for a moment. So now we're going to match the expression with its meaning. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So to suggest an idea for a law is to propose a law. To make sure that a law is followed and obeyed by the people is to enforce a law. When a government official, such as a president or governor, stops a bill from becoming a law, that's to veto a law. And to accept a bill and make it into a law through the legislative process is to pass a law. So how is a law made? Well, making a law is a long process, and these are the first two steps. So it starts as an idea. A legislator has an idea for a new law or a change to an existing law. And then we have drafting the law. The idea is written down, and this is called a bill. And these are passive voice sentences. So in the passive voice, you have the object plus the verb to be plus the past participle, and then you could also have by plus a subject, but not necessarily. Here we don't have a subject. Who wrote it down, the idea, I don't know. It's not really important. The second one, this bill explains what the law will do and how it will work. That is an active sentence. So active voice, we've got subject, verb, and then object. So we can use the passive voice when the subject is unknown or it's not important. All right, so we often use passive voice to describe a process when the subject is not as important as the object. So it says complete the next 3 steps in the process to make a law using the correct verb form. And there's one active sentence, so be careful. So you can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So step number 3 in the lawmaking process is introduction. So we would say the bill is introduced in the legislative body, such as the U.S. Congress or a state legislature. The bill goes to a committee of lawmakers. The bill is studied and discussed. Then changes or improvements are made. And then debate. The bill is debated by all the lawmakers in the legislative body. They discuss its pros and cons, suggest changes, and vote on it. And so this last sentence is the active sentence. All right, and then from bill to law, so we'll have complete the other steps in the lawmaking process, again with the verb in the correct form. And it says to note that these steps are not in the correct order, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so if the majority of lawmakers vote to support the bill, it moves forward. If not, it might be rejected or sent back to be edited. So executive approval. If the bill passes the legislature, it goes to the executive, like the president or governor. The president or governor can sign it into law or veto it, becoming a law. If the bill is signed, it becomes a law. It is enforced by government agencies and people must follow it. And then implementation. Government agencies create rules and procedures to make sure the law is followed. And law enforcement agencies make sure that people follow the law. If the law is broken, people can face consequences like fines. right, so now look at all the steps and see if you can put them in the correct order. You can pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to continue. All right, so first we start with an idea. The next step would be letter J, drafting. Then we have A, introduction. And then C, committee review. 5 is debate. 6 is F, vote. 7 is D, executive approval. Number 8 is H, becoming a law. Number 9 is implementation, letter B. And number 10 is enforcement. All right, there are many ways to say that someone supports or doesn't support something. So what phrase shows that someone agrees with a law, and which ones show that they don't agree? So go ahead and look at those for a few minutes, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So lobby for would go over here in the agree side. Oppose goes into the disagree side. In favor of is agree. Lobby against is disagree. Support is agree. And reject is disagree. So let's pretend that the following laws were proposed. Which bill do you support and which do you oppose and why? So this bill proposes lowering the voting age from 18 years old to 16 years old. Community service. This bill proposes that all high school students must complete a certain number of community service hours before they can graduate. And the plastic ban. This bill proposes that all single-use plastic cannot be produced, sold, or used in your town. So just think about which of these do you agree with or support, and which ones do you oppose. Here are a couple of more. Free university. This bill proposes that all state universities are free to attend, funded by tax money. Free school lunches. This bill proposes that all students are provided a free school lunch, funded by tax money. All right, now we're going to talk about enforcing laws. The role of the judicial branch is to decide the meaning of laws. So we're going to match each word to its definition. So you can pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So letter A, a person in charge of the court who listens to the evidence and decides what should happen based on the law. That is the judge. A person who helps others in court and knows a lot about the law. That would be a lawyer. An event in a court where people try to prove if someone did something wrong or not. That would be a trial. A place where trials happen and decisions are made about what is right or wrong according to the law. That is court. Responsible for a crime is guilty. And not responsible for a crime is innocent. All right, so read the scenario and then decide, is Emma guilty or innocent? And we have a vocabulary word first. Vandalism means damaging or destroying things like property, buildings, or public spaces on purpose. Emma was caught by the police while spray painting graffiti on the wall of an empty building. She said that she was expressing herself with art. Is Emma guilty of vandalism or is she innocent? So again, this is just your opinion, but go ahead and think about that. And if you want to write down an answer, that's fine. Okay, we have another vocabulary word, trespassing. It's going into an area or place where you are not allowed to go. Afnan was exploring a forest when he accidentally walked onto private property. Afnan didn't see any no trespassing signs and didn't know he was on someone else's land. Is Afnan guilty of trespassing or is he innocent? And here we have another phrase, civil disobedience. People break certain laws or rules in a nonviolent way as a way to protest or show disagreement with something they believe is unfair. So during a peaceful protest against an unpopular law, a group of people stopped traffic and they were arrested. The protesters believed that their actions were a form of civil disobedience, but other people believed that they broke the law. So again, just think about whether these people, whether you believe they're guilty or innocent. All right, so these are some questions that are found on the U.S. citizenship exam. What is the highest court in the United States? The correct answer is B, the Supreme Court. And what is the rule of law? That would be letter C. Everyone must follow the law and no one is above the law. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you have any comments, any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.